Hey everyone, this is Coach Roger, your Live Younger Longer health coach. And when you hear that whistle, pay serious attention. Welcome to all of you that are coming back, and to the newcomers, I really do appreciate you being here. And when you heard that whistle, all coaches have a whistle, don't they? And so I have one too. And when you hear that, pay serious attention. Well, this week I was planning on doing brain health part 2, but I'm going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to revisit diets, whether they're a verb or a noun. And I'm going to do this because I finally made connections with a friend who is a vegetarian, and we're going to talk about being a vegetarian as opposed to a carnivore, which is what we talked about back in June with a friend of mine by the name of Jaguar Physique. That's his social media name. His first name is Juan, and he is a carnivore. And we had a great discussion on that. And the thing is, diets, as Coach Roger, your Live Younger Longer health coach, I want you to consider diet as a noun in what you eat, not what you do. But for first timers, again, welcome. I know you're here because you're interested in learning something about health and how to live younger longer and improve your health span. And that's what this is all about. And I hope you come back often. If you want to know more, just click on one or both of these QR codes and come to my website at AskCoachRoger.com or my Facebook page at Ask Coach Roger. So today's title of today's message is Vegetarian versus Carnivore. And I did it that way to be kind of controversial, but the whole thing with diet and what I want to impress upon everybody is you got to start thinking of diet as a noun, not something you do, but something just what you eat. And the secret diet, and I've learned this over my 17 years of being a health coach and advocate for health after my heart attack 17 years ago, that the secret diet is just to eat real food, not too much, mostly plant-based, and you'll be glad you did. So with that, I've got three questions and three comments. Are you still confused about verb diets? I don't blame you. They are. They're all over. Whatever you're watching on television, there's always ads about doing this diet, doing that diet. Here's a new gimmick to lose weight, where you have it. So there is no one single verb diet that is perfect. The experts all agree all these verb diets work, but sooner or later there's something missing. And when you get off of that verb diet, you're going to go right back to where you were and put your weight back on or feel miserable because you're not eating well. So that's why the secret diet, and these are what the experts say, and I've sat through 2 national nutraceutical conferences, and that's what they said. The secret diet is to eat real food, not too much, mostly plant-based. And if you've forgotten, if you've been following me, for those that are following me, if you've forgotten about our conversation about the carnivore diet with Jaguar back in June, you can go back to it. The title of it is Exploring Diets with Jaguar. And we had a great conversation, and he learned some things about diets and carnivore diet. And even at the carnivore diet, he explained you need to eat some other proteins as well as just meat. So here's my friend Libby that is a vegetarian, and it's we had a lot of fun doing this video, and I hope it'll make you smile as well. And I will see you after it's over. Thank you. As I said last week, we were going to do today part 2 of brain health. However, it's changed, and I'm here with my friend Libby Motto that I've known for probably about 12, 14 years.
All right.
And we're both concerned about wellness. And Libby is a vegetarian, and I'm going to take today's message, as I said in my introduction, is we're going back to visit diet and making diet a noun instead of a verb. And several weeks ago, I interviewed Jaguar Physique, if you remember him, the young man who is a carnivore. And today, we're going on the other end of the spectrum to vegetarian. And remember, the one thing I want you all to remember, and I think I've said this before we got to talking with Libby, is the secret diet. The diet is to eat real food, not too much, mostly plant-based. But Libby and I met at a networking event called South Iredell Healthcare Forum, and we've been in contact quite a number of years. And over those years, we've actually done business with each other on a couple different products. So let her know that and get into that. So Libby, being a vegetarian isn't on my list of diets that I would like to be on. But what I learned is, as the Live Younger, Longer health coach, is to respect everyone's desire to live well. And if they choose a different diet than I choose, I want to know why they did that and what they think about it and just how you got there and what pros and cons of it.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach Roger. Yes, it's true. Coach and I have known each other for a number of years. And of course, I've heard him countless times bring up Juice Plus. My walk with being a vegetarian actually started long before I knew him. My best friend has been a vegetarian most of her life.
Oh, wow.
So she was a great mentor for me when I was making the switch. And I really just did it because I wasn't feeling healthy the way that I was. I don't know that I was actually eating necessarily too much red meat or anything. I don't really have like a soapbox around why I chose to do it, but I kind of thought about sort of that forks over knives kind of concept. And I thought, we don't really have the kind of jaw and teeth and all of that kind of makeup that's really designed to tear meat. We really were designed to be sort of plant-based. So I just decided to try it really more just to say, well, I've explored it and see what I think. So the first 30 days probably were as painful as any 30 days of any diet where I was craving meat all the time. And I will tell you, even to this day, 15 years later, if you're grilling burgers on the grill in the backyard, I'm still probably going to start drooling a little bit at the mouth because I love the smell of that. But quite honestly, after about 60 days, 90 days, I got to where I just didn't even crave it as much. And of course, what people love to do with me is immediately mislabel me as a pescatarian. They go, oh, you're a vegetarian, therefore you eat fish. I'm like, no, there's no therefore I eat fish. I realize fish is not necessarily considered part of the meat classes, but I love fish and I love to swim with them. I don't like to eat them. So I don't eat fish at all. But I just found that I felt better. My only problem with going vegetarian was that I knew that I was lacking some of the key things that do come from animal proteins, specifically B12. So relating it back to trying to figure out how I was going to supplement my journey with vegetables with some things that I knew that I needed from the other parts of the food spectrum that I was no longer partaking in, probably is what sort of got me listening to you. Not to say that I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, come on now, Libby.
But I think that the time that it really turned it for me was when you just said something that just clicked in my brain, having been a steward of healthcare for as many years as I have, when you said that that Juice Plus has a supplement, not a supplement label. It actually has a nutritional label on it. And there's a difference in the world of supplements and nutrition. A supplement might be like a vitamin C or a vitamin A. It means it's extracted from something that has to be made into a supplement. Nutritional label means it's actually food. It's actually food. So then I started thinking about it in terms of, well, as many vegetables as I eat and as healthy as I eat, I'm still not getting 5 to 10 servings a day.
That's an impossibility. Right. I don't know how anybody that does.
So I basically thought, well, this is no different than just a good old-fashioned shortcut. You're just tossing the broccoli into a blender, basically blending it up, turning it into a formula, and I can take 2 pills and be done with my 5 to 10 servings of vegetables a day. Like, to me, it was just, it's just pragmatic. In addition to eating healthy, I just added this so that I get all the things that are part of the food that God made for us, because God didn't make that vitamin A. God made broccoli, right? So that's sort of the difference.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not a broccoli fan, but I do eat it now.
You eat it?
Yeah, I do. I do, and it took me a long while. But what Libby's talking about here too is the key. One of the keys that we talk about at Juice Plus is it bridges the gap between what you eat and what you should eat. And even though she is eating plants, there are things that are missing because she doesn't have 30 fruits and vegetables in her body every day.
Right.
And as you live younger, longer health coach, and I've been flooding my body for 17 years with the 30 fruits and veggies, and I just know what it's done for my health and overall health over the 17 years. So, Libby, when you asked me, okay, I'm going to take the product, I kind of went, oh, wow.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Somebody actually heard what I was saying. And how long, I don't know what you were expecting, but how long was it before you thought you wanted to come and tell me about it? Tell me your.
I mean, it was almost
results.
I don't want to say immediate, because that's going to sound kind of hokey, but I would say it was probably about 3 or 4 days into it, I started feeling like, I don't know what the word is, satisfied. Like, I just felt it's not about feeling full. This is not like a fiber. You just feel like you've had a good solid meal instead of just eating junk. Like, I would take the Juice Plus in the morning, I took it again at night, and along with my regular diet of just salads and primarily, of course, vegetables. I do eat a lot of mushrooms. I eat lots of the same foods all the time, but having this on board just really felt good in about 4 or 5 days. I was really surprised. And it's not like I'm going to suddenly feel like going to run a marathon. There will be nothing that will ever make me feel like running a marathon.
Excuse me.
But
I'm with you on that.
I did call you and said, is it supposed to work this fast? Because I really feel more like, I don't know what the word is. It's almost like just healthy. Like, I don't know how to explain that any other way, because I was already eating healthy.
Right.
I think the tipping point for me, though, in terms of what really sold me on it, was that, of course, I had just done my physical right before I started Juice Plus. And so obviously I have to wait a whole year. I could have done it, I guess, sooner, but I waited a whole year, of course, to have my blood drawn again and have all those labs rerun. And I was amazed at how some of the things that were deficient with me, specifically vitamin D, suddenly were okay. Like,
wow.
It suddenly got back into the green range. And I had really done nothing different. I had not added milk, because I don't drink milk. I had not added any of those other kinds of things to my diet. The only thing that I had done differently was add Juice Plus. And I started seeing, like, again, my calcium levels and things return to the green range where they had been slightly low. Even my iron was slightly low. And I saw that return. And that just sort of sold me on it. I just said, there's no reason not to do this.
Well, I'm glad you did. And I'm glad you've seen such good results. And this is something too about blood work. I've had more than one client tell me their doctor says, what are you doing? And the only change they did was Juice Plus, and their blood work changed and it got better. And I just had my annual physical, and my doctor he looked at my blood work and he said, it's boring.
It's boring.
So I feel pretty good about that.
Boring is good.
So in Libby and my search and quest for helping people be healthier, as well as ourselves, Libby has a partner. She's connected with a woman that does CBD oil and hemp, and she gave a program in that at the South Iowa Healthcare Forum, and I listened to that and I went, that makes sense. And my wife's a pharmacist, and when she was working, she was afraid to take any CBD oil because she didn't want to potentially lose her job. But commercial or industrial hemp versus the hemp you get to smoke are two different things. So I listened to her presentation on that, like she listened to mine, and eventually suggested to my wife, who has some back pain issues, to try it after she had retired. And both of us are getting some CBD oil from Libby, and it helps us sleep better, and it's really amazing. It does help with pain. But tell a little bit about your do I want industrial hemp? Is that the right word?
No, but it's okay. Okay. I'm just kidding. I mean, my journey with CBD actually began when I was in grad school. I was kind of a late bloomer, so I didn't go back to grad school until I was much older. In graduate school, a friend of mine was growing hemp, and of course, I immediately thought of the illegal kind, and I said, I want nothing to do with it. And she said, not if it's grown correctly, and so forth. So as Roger alluded to, I did all the research too. I also went to where she actually grew it. I saw how it was grown. I understand the difference now between CBD that's grown for medicinal purposes and CBD that's grown to ultimately become a form of marijuana. There's nothing wrong with marijuana. It's just that it's not legal in the 50 states. So I didn't want to be part of that. But again, it goes back to what I've said before. God put certain things on the earth for us to use. He put coffee on the earth, he put tea on the earth, he put mushrooms on the earth, but there's still some you probably shouldn't touch. It's not unlike CBD. I mean, there are certain types of hemp that are perfectly fine for consumption, and then there's some that are not. And the issue is that without a lot of regulation, it's difficult to know which one is which. I'm just trying to be a resource to people who have questions about it. I have plenty of people who call me and just ask for advice, like where would I find it? Where could I source it locally if they're not near me? And I just try to provide that. But back to Juice Plus. The reason why I think this makes so much sense, if this can be part of your whatever you salvage out of all of this. So one of the other things that I just pointed out was the reality that I'm not really that great of a cook, right? So I'm not a huge fan of being in the kitchen. So for me, spending hours and hours making fresh vegetables didn't appeal to me at all. And so again, this is a very easy way to get all of your vegetables and fruits without having to go to a grocery store. You don't have to go to
a lot cheaper.
You don't have to thaw it out. And actually, a lot fewer calories, because I don't know a single vegetable that butter and salt didn't make better. So I just can tell you
lots of butter and salt
on broccoli. I've saved just by not having to put tons of butter and salt on it just to get it down. So, I mean, again, that's been what I found so refreshing. There's no reason not to take it. To me, I don't take any other type of multivitamin or anything else. I don't need it. But I'll tell you what else I don't need. I can't remember the last time I took an aspirin. I can't remember the last time I took a Tylenol. I can't remember the last time I really had anything other than just seasonal allergies. I mean, that's the other stuff that I can't really put a finger on and say, oh, Juice Plus is the reason. It could be a Juice Plus and CBD combination. I have no idea. But I haven't really been that sick over the last several years. I mean, it's been a remarkable journey.
That's good. Yeah. Well, one thing, too, I want you to take away from this conversation is, CBD oil isn't the only thing. Juice Plus is not the only thing. You also have to do other things and research other things. There may be something that you're specifically lacking, and that's when the doctor should say, maybe you need to take some vitamin B12 or vitamin D. But the whole premise is the number one prevention against all chronic disease is fruits and vegetables. And that's what is so nice about Juice Plus. You flood your body with 30 fruits and veggies, and if you use their macronutrition, the complete shake mixes, you're going to get almost 50 fruits and veggies every day. And it is supported, it's backed up and proven by 48 clinical studies done on the product. So, Libby, I thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being one of my customers, clients, however you want to do that. And I'm glad I'm here today too. I mean, I use this kind of as a excuse to come and get my CBD oil from her today. And I hopefully you've enjoyed this, and it's given you some thoughts about your own health and what you can do to improve your health span, which is directly related to your lifespan. So, Libby, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a
Well, folks, we had a lot of fun doing that, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something too. And just pay serious attention. I hope throughout the whole thing, I hope you got the message that diet needs to be what you eat. And what you eat needs to be the best food you can put in your body to nourish it, heal it, and make you feel good, and to make your health span as vibrant as possible, which directly relates to your lifespan and my goal as your Live Younger Longer health coach. So with that, I'm going to close here. I want to thank you for coming. If you like what you're hearing, come again, tell a friend, bring a friend, ask a question. If you want some personal one-on-one coaching, I'm available. We want to talk about making health your hobby, open your internal pharmacy, remove waste from your waist, and live without pain and inflammation. Those are the 4 things I want to go over in living lean. Again, I want you to live lean. Your body will love you for it. Your health span will be there. And remember, as Hippocrates said in the 4th century BC, let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope it was beneficial. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. I can't believe another Tuesday's already here. So thank you for watching. God bless. Here's how you can reach me. I'll look for your comments. Thank you.